Was there someone in particular that inspired you on your own journey, your mother or your grandmother?
My own mom was an inspiration because she wasn't a working mom in the sense I am, but she sold eggs door to door to make extra money for our family. My dad had 3 jobs. At the same time, my mom sold eggs door to door. We did not obviously come from a lot of money, but what they gave me in terms of values is truly priceless. And that ultimately it's all about faith and family and friends. And your work really isn't in that top 3. It just isn't. And if it's 4th, that's fine. Keep it in perspective. And I think that was invaluable. And then again, people like Carol Burnett and Julie Andrews that went on to have families. And even though their families weren't perfect, because God only knows that my family is the only perfect family, but nobody's family is perfect, and I've always said to my children, I think the best thing was, listen, you guys, you're the center of my universe and your daddy's universe, but you're not the center of the universe. And when you're famous and your children become famous as a result, it's difficult to raise your children with the same values you were raised with under totally different circumstances. My kids have been extraordinarily blessed financially and in many, many other ways. And it's like a fairy tale to them to hear the way their dad grew up eating dog food during the Depression and being grateful for it. And my mom, their grandma, selling eggs door to door, and grandpa having 3 jobs just to make ends meet. And yet I don't think you could have ever found happier families. So there's something to be learned about that, if just only the value of hard work. And so I've always tried to be a good example to my kids of how your life should be, your work should be joyful. My daddy used to say to me, honey, find something you love to do and then figure out a way to get paid for it. And when I left the show with Regis 8.5 years ago, it was because my daddy was dying. He was very ill. I had just discovered this brand new love of writing that had absolutely taken over my life. I was so thrilled to be writing and putting on Broadway and off-Broadway shows and writing screenplays and writing songs, and I was overwhelmed by the joy of it. And I'm glad my kids could see that your work should be something organic that comes out of your passions. So now my daughter is an actress, and following her dreams. My son is studying film in college because he wants to make movies. And it's just interesting to see as you grow in your own life, to watch your children grow too. I mean, I knew I loved my children. I had no idea how much I was going to end up liking them and sharing things that are we all have in common, which is this love of this industry. And my husband's not thrilled my daughter wants to be an actress. He'd much prefer she be either a librarian or a nun, and that ain't going to happen. I think he's delighted, of course, that Cody's going to follow his dreams as well. But people find it interesting that he didn't want Cody to be a football player. I think children should be allowed to dream their own dreams. Our children just happen to choose similar dreams to their own parents. So you know what? If there's anything I highly recommend in this whole world, it's having children. And if you're blessed enough to have them, be there for them. Don't let somebody else raise them. Let somebody else help you. But, do it yourself. You'll miss out on the greatest blessing in life if you don't.